Okay.
Gang, gang.
We're back.
We're back.
Back.
Oh my God.
You see what I'm saying? Like, the more we do it, eventually you're going to get tired of it.
Oh,
You're going to be like, ugh.
I love it. I don't think they will. Megan just is tired of it. She's like, see, the more we do it, eventually y'all are going to get tired of it. She's like, bitch, I don't want to do it. I am B.Simone.
Megan Ashley.
I'm glad you caught that. I want to say that. And we're back with another episode of Know For Sure Podcast. Hey, KFS fam, where we talk about evolving, healing, growing, and having the tough conversations. That's with another solo episode.
Back on my couch. It's
where it
here.
all began, you guys. If y'all go back and watch a lot of episodes, what is that? Okay, thought that was something else. Are on this couch. The first couple episodes are in her house, and then we started traveling, but we brought it back to the A. We're back in Atlanta.
Back home.
Back in the A. We could talk about what we did this week. What did we do this week?
What was this week? We went to Houston for Trae Day, which is awesome. We go every year. Trae has an amazing weekend where he does community events and he brings everybody that he can think. I mean, it was so many people were there. It was like, oh, you're here. Oh shit, you're here. You're here. You're here. You're here. Everybody was there. And everybody just comes really to support Trae and to support Houston, and it's always fun.
If y'all don't know who Trae the Truth is, he is just dope. He's an artist, a huge rapper from Houston, Texas. And I think what we were saying, we were like, this is how we want people to pull up on us.
Yeah, like
Trae don't pay nobody
not to come. Everybody just comes because they
shows love, because they love him.
Because they love him.
Like literally last year, we were there, and I got to open up for Dave Chappelle. And we did it again this year. Dave Chappelle performed at the House of Blues, pulled up on Trae the Truth. Cat Williams was there, and it's just like...
Yeah, it was amazing.
Fucking dope. Yeah. We did that. What else did we do?
Oh, can I just tell you a funny story? So
what are you laughing at?
So we're all on the side of the stage before Dave comes out, and Dave literally stepped on my foot. And I felt like we had a moment. And I don't know why I felt like that was important, but he stepped on my foot as he walked on stage.
To kill it. You know what I thought you were going to say? You want to know a funny story? Dave was about to walk out, and we were sitting on a couch, and 10 million men came and sit in front of us.
Oh, yeah. Well, that was ridiculous. But no, he stepped on my foot, and I was like, ouch. But
thank you.
I felt very honored that
man.
Yeah, Dave Chappelle is my favorite comedian. Like, he is just amazing.
The way you are with Dave Chappelle and Kanye, I caught on to their genius later.
Yeah.
Like, I really started liking them after you.
They're just so, like, thought-provoking. Anybody that, like, pushes you to think about something. Man. And then at the end of it, like, hits you with a punchline, you're like, oh, this is amazing. This is hilarious. Like, the stuff that he was saying,
it's crazy.
It was crazy. And so his callbacks are like so fast.
And a lot of it was improv.
All of it, probably. I mean, I'm sure all of it.
Because he ended up talking about a story because something happened right there.
Yeah.
He's like, well, let me tell y'all about.
Yeah.
He talked about when he got tackled and how crazy that was. But
yeah.
And even sometimes, like even in his stand-up, I think I watched it on Netflix or Hulu.
Netflix.
His specials on Netflix. It's so genius. Sometimes you don't even laugh.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're thought provoking.
Yeah,
you're just like,
like that's not even funny. It makes you think.
Yeah,
like I love the part. I always say that, but when they're like, you can't say because you're not in the LGBT community, and he was like, but I can say nigga. She's like, yeah, because you're black. But he's like, I'm not a nigga either. Like it's just, it's like, whoa, like
it makes you think. Yeah,
I love that part of it. So yeah, we did that in Houston.
Yeah, that was crazy. And Trae, listen, y'all, it's community, but Trae is still from Houston. It is party.
Ghetto.
I mean, that too, but it's party.
Ghetto. I'll give it.
It's like we're going here, then a day party, then a midday party, then a brunch, and then it's
bounce house.
It's like, oh my God.
A few things though. Y'all know we can't hang. I'm sleepy now. I'm woozy. Still from that. From
literally.
Because the first night I didn't sleep.
Literally. But it's always a good time, and it's always cool to see how everybody just like comes together for him. I love that.
Oh, but Cat Williams knew who I was.
Yeah, he did. He was like,
I did not expect that.
B.Simone walked past me like she didn't know
who I was. I was like, all right.
And then he walked around the room. All right, I see Carlos and Chico. And we like, all right, Cat, hello.
Megan said, okay, you're here.
You're here.
Guy.
He was literally walking around like, none of you motherfuckers is funnier than me. So
none of you guys matter.
Literally.
I know who you are, and you
literally.
do not equate to my success.
He didn't even do a set. He just came up and introduced Dave Chappelle. Did you say Drake?
No.
What did you say? What did you say? He said, Jesus chew.
Jesus sweat. You know who else was there? Dave East. He's fine.
That's to you?
I put him in my set. You don't think he's cute?
I'm not that keen on light skin.
Oh.
That's just my
me either, really.
preference.
Dave East is fine, y'all.
He's very attractive, though. Yo, okay, here's a funny story. Ha! You guys want to know? We're at this fucking casino. It was a casino strip.
Oh my God,
Megan. So me and B are with
Bebe or the blueberry.
So me and B are over with Bebe at the craps table, right? And we're over there, and then I came back to check on Ashley and Shekinah. Was it Ashley? Was it you? Yeah, Ashley was like, guess who's here? And I was like, I'm thinking it's somebody crazy. I'm like, oh shit, like Kevin Hart just walked in. I don't know, because everybody loves Trae, and they were really like, if Dave Chappelle pull up on him, anything is possible. Anybody could pull up.
Right.
So I'm like, who? She's like, Razby. I was like, we gotta get the fuck up out of here.
He's gonna fucking kill us. And y'all don't know what we're talking about. Go back to Quay's episode, and y'all will see what we were talking about. If you saw our episode with Blame It on Quay, you know why we were scared. And first of all, I was like, I have two questions. Actually, a question and a comment. My first question is, who the fuck was this nigga with? Yeah. Who did he walk in with?
Nobody of any recognition, according to Ashley and Shekinah.
My second, it's not a question, it's a comment. Is if Razby is here,
why are we here? It's like you got to start asking yourself the right questions. It's like, not why is he here? Why are we here when he's here?
It's time to go.
It's more important. Yeah, it would. And at that point, as soon as I came to the understanding and knowledge that Razby was there, it was time to go. Nothing against Razby.
That whole statement was everything against Razby. Great. I'm sure he's a great person.
I'm sure he's great. But don't want to be there.
Don't want to meet him.
We're just kidding. Wait. No. Remember that day that me and you went to Slutty Vegan? Was that Razby too?
Yes.
Oh my God.
He was outside of Slutty Vegan walking around
2 years ago.
What does this nigga got going on?
And why do we keep, what is it with us and Razby? Maybe there is a friendship there.
Maybe dialogue. I don't know about the friendship. You're taking it too deep.
I'm like, why do we keep having this weird like thing with Razby? It's hilarious. But yeah, all in all, Trae Day was, I don't know. I just think it's super dope. And I think that we saw that and we were like, we would love to have something like that where it's a community driven event, but it's like, I just love that he does community stuff, but it's fun. Like
and people show up.
People really show up.
Industry people, like, you know, there was influencers, but like Dave Chappelle to be like, I'm hopping on this fight and I fuck with you know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think
Cat Williams, Dave Chappelle,
legends.
So many people, people that just show up. That's awesome.
But I think that would be dope.
And he deserves that. He's a great human. When I say the most phenomenal human being.
The whole time we're there, he's worried about us.
He's literally the most accommodating.
Megan, y'all, come here. Y'all good?
He answers his phone every time. He's text, are you guys good? Where are y'all? Are you good? Like, there are hundreds of us.
Hundreds.
Like, and influencers and people that, you know, like, comedians and artists and there's hundreds of us all in one hotel.
And he's probably like that with everybody.
And he literally very accommodating, like,
and that is very hard to do, y'all, when you're hosting something.
It is hard to do that.
House party. I don't care if it's a big event like Trae Day. That is very hard to do, to worry about people when you're the host.
Literally. He will stop what he's doing and make sure you're good.
Yeah.
Like, he's just a great person.
Weekend.
Yeah,
Houston was so hot. We tried to prepare for that. You can't.
You cannot prepare for hell. You can't prepare for hell. That's not something that we're meant to do. So
just think about that. While you want to do this world,
you are not prepared. Ooh, Jesus. Oh my God. You are not prepared for that.
What?
You are not prepared for that.
What?
And it don't matter what you do.
It doesn't matter. I can't do that.
It doesn't matter.
No.
There's nothing.
We got to get this right now. We got to get this right now while you are living.
Hell?
And have the, and you can, It's
hell?
not like one more day.
No, it's like, because we were leaving Houston. So at one point, and you can go inside. It was hella cold inside. You can go inside. You know you're going to get some relief at some point.
I had a little
hell.
fan. You're not prepared for hell.
No release ever.
Ever? You can't comprehend that.
And it's like, God, I love you. You are so good to me, and there's so many reasons why I would serve and follow you. But that,
if you're gonna threaten me with hell, let me tell you something.
But you ain't got to worry about me.
This year of celibacy will last until I am walking dun 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 dun, bitch. Whatever I have to do to stay away from the gates of that. We walked outside. I said the devil's breath.
Literally, the middle of his asshole is like where Houston is. It's so fucking hot. It's ridiculous.
The devil's gooch is on my fucking nostril. Jesus, am I eating this nigga out? Oh! Houston is so fucking hot.
Y'all don't get
it. I was giving the devil head.
Oh my God, could you imagine giving head when you're like hot and smothered?
Yes.
Like, I can't.
Bitch, I've eaten ass before, yes.
Ooh, ew.
I can imagine that. You breathe out your ears, bitch. Can you imagine? Yes.
You said you breathe out your ears. Oh my God. Can you hand me a tissue, please, kind of? That is hilarious. Breathing out of your ears is fucking hilarious. It's stressful. Yeah, but that's how hot it is in Houston. I don't recommend it. But the people who live there, thank you. The people who live there, just in case you need it. My eyes were watering. I didn't know if yours were. I'm like, my eyes are watering. That was funny. The people who live there are so used to it, I don't think it like bothers them as much. As much.
Yeah, because they outside having brunch. That's wild to me.
They were outside eating.
We said niggas would do anything for the vibe. The vibe.
They had the mist machines. The mist machine. I'm cold all the time, so it really didn't affect me as much as it did her. I'm naturally cold, so every time we walk into a building, I'm like, she's like, you have got to get your iron together.
I'm like, take a vitamin, please.
Like, please go get some iron. I'm sick of hearing about it.
Houston was so fucking hot. It was good though. We had a good time in Houston.
That's great.
We had literally, y'all. Let me tell y'all what we do. We get excited. We have a couple drinks. And we let time pass, and we sit there and talk about God for 3 hours, and we can't get up. We missed the damn event.
What event did we miss? We missed
I don't know if we missed. We were supposed to meet in the lobby at 3, and we ended up getting up from that dinner table at, no, it was like 5 something. It was close to 6.
Where were we? We went somewhere.
We missed the day party.
Oh, the pool party thing?
No,
it was something else.
It was something, meet in the lobby at 3. Whatever that was, we saw them. I saw them meeting and everything. I saw them outside and everything. But we just sat and talked. We were like, well, this is fine with me. We could have did this in Atlanta. Yeah, that's usually what ends up happening. Whether it's, me or B, or if it's all 4 of us. I mean, just another thing we did last week is we were invited to see the premiere of Nope, which was really cool. And it was great that we were invited, but we got there 20 minutes late.
For good reason. But I'm saying,
to me, I wasn't saying like we got there 20 minutes late. I was saying like
no,
only
yeah,
20 minutes.
no, it was only 20 minutes, but the seats were full. They were like, yeah, we saved
away.
your seats, but then we figured you weren't showing up, so
like, great.
We were like, oh, that's fine. But it was you know, we missed it for a really really good reason. And then we ended up going to dinner after and talking for 3 hours. I mean, I don't think I got home until like 1 a.m. or something like that. Yeah, we were talking for hours.
I'm like, well, this is fine with us.
But that's just what we do. Like we talk, and we end up talking through some like really crazy stuff. Yeah. So yeah.
And I think that's why we started this platform, just to have this with you guys, because we do this all the time in private. So putting this on a platform. Yeah. I'm going to pull up the little icebreakers. Let me see. Okay, so there's 2. You just want to pick one, or maybe do both?
We can do both.
Okay. What do you secretly wish people knew about you, and why?
Like on a surface level or a deep level? I can give both probably. Yeah. Surface level. I think. Damn, like what do people on a surface level? What do I wish people knew about me?
Ow. Sorry. I said I couldn't even get the burp out. I was like, yeah, sorry. Damn.
Wow. What do I wish people knew about me?
Why?
Damn, I don't know. On a surface level, I don't know. On a deeper level, probably like were we talking about this, or was it me and Baby J, or were we all talking about this at dinner? What? When I was talking about how like this is so weird. In my mind, how my mind works is every little thing that I do, I have to have like, I'm asking myself kind of why. Like, we talked about that. Was that? Oh, okay, that was at dinner, okay, or lunch. Mm-hmm. Like how I feel like that's kind of how God deals with me a little bit. I'm just like with everything, even if it was like this, but like, why did you do that? Mm-hmm. I'm like, it's why there? Mm-hmm. Did you make sure the zip? Like, I'm very just. Every detail matters to me in a way.
Yeah. And I think that's why you're so good with your words, because you ask the questions.
Maybe.
You think about a lot of stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you articulate that.
I think if people knew that about me, I think it would be easier to kind of deal with me. Like, you would know how to, okay, that's just her process. Like, that's how she
You're
works.
Saying because you're thinking about stuff?
Or just how... Yes, it's just a process. There's a process happening. Yeah. And I feel like if people knew that more about me, it would be kind of going back to what we talked about with the message from Steven Furtick. Like, it's deeper than you think. You know what I mean? Like, it's just deeper than that. Like, you think that I'm just doing stuff, and I'm not. I'm never just doing something. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm never just randomly doing something. Mm-hmm. Never. I'm always like... Mm-hmm. There's a reason and a very intentional like thought behind why I'm doing what I'm doing, no matter what it is. Mm-hmm.
You want to talk about the message so they know what we're talking about?
Yeah, but answer the question.
Answer the question. What's something you think people know about, or
should know?
People know about you? I don't know. I feel like there's not a lot of me that's hidden. Wish they knew about me. Wish they knew about me.
Okay, I'll say it on a surface level. I wish people knew how much I despise mouth noises. In all ways. I hate it.
You're like, so if you're ever around me, bitch, don't smack.
I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. It's such a pet, like, but it goes beyond a pet peeve. Like, there's an actual disorder for it, like a name for it.
What is it called?
Kind of, isn't it? No, it is. My mom told me it is. I don't know what the name is, but there's an actual disorder where it's like the sound of small noises, like mouth noise, like will literally drive me.
I hate when people do that. All them S's. Come here. I'm like, sweetie.
I feel like nails are scratching my soul when I hear people smack. Or like,
what is it called?
Nails on a chalkboard. Like, that's one thing I wish everyone knew about me so they would be aware.
Like, don't do it.
And don't do it. Like, people who sit in movie theaters and be like popping their gum.
They don't even
Why do you
notice.
think that other people want, like, if you do that in the privacy of your own space, go for it. But the fact that you're just in the world, no, seriously, because it's rude. The fact that you're just in the world, like,
this is not your world.
Thinking that other people enjoy that, no, that's rude.
No, for sure. I agree.
That is crazy to me. Or people are on the airplane, like,
Jesus.
you think that
you stand up.
Oh yeah, that too. Well, just not being self-aware of
other
just
people.
being self-aware.
Oh, Shirkana said it's selective sound sensitive syndrome.
Wow.
We're gonna rebuke that. We're not gonna diagnose
That's
her
a
with
real.
that.
That's a real thing. That's a real thing.
Yeah, everything. I'm sure.
That's a real thing.
Sure.
But that's just like a surface level.
I don't know. I can't think of an answer for that. Something I wish people knew about me that they don't know. I feel like I share so much of who I am. I don't feel like I've really hid.
That you wish
people... I mean, if we want to go back to that, I guess, but...
What?
Like, people questioning my character on social media. Yeah. Like, I don't feel like they...
You wish people knew the real situation.
Yeah.
Or, okay.
Kind of.
Yeah.
The real situation of what I went through when I was canceled or, yeah, kind of. Maybe just like questioning my character. That's the main thing. Like, and we've said that. I've said that publicly before though. So I'm like, I don't care if you talk shit about me. Yes, I care what people say to an extent when it comes to my character. And when, your intent is pure and they're questioning that.
Yeah.
So I just wish people didn't question that in certain instances. But other than that, I can't think of, and I've vocalized that before. I'm like, y'all could say we not funny. You could say I'm not cute. You could say I'm fat. You could say I hate your haircut. Bitch, I do too. Don't look at me. If you were on YouTube, it's irrelevant. I'm in the in-between time.
In the
stage.
time.
I don't know what is going on this head, and I can least. But yeah, all that surface shit, I don't care about. That doesn't bother me. But when people question character, I think that bothers me. So I guess I would wish people could see, which they never will be able to. Nobody can see your heart. Yeah. But see like our true intent. Not our, but yours too. Yeah. But our true intent. I never feel like I have ill intent. Like there are really people out there like that. Like your intentions you went into it being conniving and sneaky and evil. I have never had ill intent. Whether the outcome is negative or whatever, the intention of it is never negative. So I would love for, humans to understand that about me. Yeah. I mean, but I think that's where, I don't know if that's a realistic thing, because there's always going to be somebody that's going to question who you are, question, your motives, or that's just always gonna be a thing. Yeah. But I don't know, what was the other one? Oh, let me look. Ow. I'm so sorry, that drink is so good. Y'all know I'm gassy. Don't even act like I am switching up. The other question is, what's the last thing you learned that changed you? The last thing I learned? Or it could be the last incident, the last thing in your life, the last conversation, let's change it up. I mean, I think something that's changed you recently. That message from Steven Furtick that I shared with you guys really changed my life. So good. I feel like it is probably one of the messages, and I listen to Steven Furtick all the time, every week, but I feel like there are certain things that are just like that change. Like there are certain things that you hear and you're like, I'm implementing that immediately. Now. Like I am practicing that now. Like I fully understand what that is, and I am fully like about to live in that right now. Like it was that kind of
on time for me.
You want to tell them about that?
Yeah, so
it was such a good message. Megan shared it, and I actually, we share stuff in the group chat all the time. Sometimes it's hard to watch a 30-minute video or whatever, like the book we're reading. We're all had everybody reading this book. I don't think any of us finished. I haven't even finished.
I haven't finished at all.
I haven't picked it up in 2 weeks, 3 weeks. But, we try to do stuff together and share when something touches us. We try to share it with the team. So Megan put in the group chat this sermon, and I could not put it down.
It was
from the beginning. I was in the airport, like, yes, in TSA, yes, thank you, Jesus. A lady turned around. I'm sitting there on the little. I'm like, thank you, God, thank you. literally,
it was that good. I was on the freeway listening to it, and I was like screaming because it was so good. But basically, the title of it is it's deeper. Was it? It's deeper than you think, or it's deeper than that, or something like that.
Yeah.
And he was basically talking about, things that we see on the surface. Obviously, is not the cause or the root of a thing. And kind of going back to what we talked about in the last episode, or the episode with Quay, just kind of getting to the root of it.
Yeah.
But there were so many like practical nuggets that he dropped in that message where I was like, wow, like I really need to like take this and hone in on that. And the biggest takeaway for me was like not being offended by other people's experiences. And like everybody is having their own individual experience in life. And I feel like we are so ego driven that we take so much stuff personal and we make it about us when really we don't even have the spiritual intellect to know what really that is. You know what I'm saying? Like you see a child or you see somebody and they're reacting a certain way, or they're responding to things a certain way, or they live their life a certain way. And because you are having a different experience, it's easy for you to judge or have something to say about somebody else's experience when really you have no idea why that is.
What?
Yeah. Yeah. And you don't even know how far back it reaches. Like
we're not even talking about before they were born.
Yeah.
Like literally in your DNA.
Yeah.
Trauma.
Yeah.
After trauma, after trauma, after trauma that has been passed down and not healed and not broken. That shit is real, y'all.
It's real.
That is real.
Real. Stuff in your bloodline that you're dealing with that is the consequence from somebody else's actions you've never met.
And it's real. You can change your DNA. You know that, right? Like when you become healthy, your DNA changes, and that's breaking a generational curse. When you can physically change your DNA. Yeah.
Okay, before we continue with this episode, we got to give a shout out to our sponsor, Apostrophe.
Y'all, have y'all ever had acne breakout come at the worst time possible? Of course you have, because I know I have. Before I'm about to film, before I go on tour, before a show, before I have to do content. It's so annoying. We've all had that struggle with our skin, and that's why we're excited to partner with Apostrophe, the sponsor of this episode.
Apostrophe is a prescription skincare company that offers science-backed oral and topical medication that are clinically proven to help clear acne.
At Apostrophe, an expert dermatology team will create a personalized treatment plan that is perfectly tailored to your unique skin. You guys simply fill out Apostrophe's online quiz about your skin, goals, and medical history, then snap a few selfies, and a board-certified dermatologist will create your initial customized treatment plan.
Apostrophe treats all types of acne, from hormonal to facial. They treat breakouts from head to toe. We have a special deal for our audience. Save $15 off your first visit with Apostrophe provider at apostrophe.com/KFS when you use our code KFS. This code is only available to our listeners.
To get started, just go to apostrophe.com/KFS and click the begin visit, then use our code KFS at sign up and you'll get your first visit for only $5.
That's apostrophe.com/KFS and use the code KFS to get your first dermatologist crafted treatment plan for $5. And we thank Apostrophe for sponsoring this podcast. Back to the episode. And I just, it was, like I said, there were so many nuggets in there. And one thing that he said that was really, it was really like a good analogy. It was a good analogy. It really happened, but it was a really good analogy that he said. But he was talking about how he was with his kids in the ocean, and they were swimming, and they were the only ones out there. And he said, as a dad, I'm obviously being a dad, I'm like, you need to come back in. You're too far out. You're. And he said this undercurrent came, and it was starting to get pretty bad. And he was like telling his sons to come back in, his two sons. And he had his daughter, though. He's like, my daughter was on my back. And he's like kind of freaking out, like, come back in. You're too far out. You need to come back in. It's an undercurrent. Nobody else is out here. Like, this is crazy. You come back in. And he said his daughter was like, Dad, it's not that deep. And then he put her down. He's like, I put her down. Because she was on his back. He said, I put her down. And he's like, after I let her kind of struggle for a little bit, he said, yeah, it's deeper than you think. He's like, you're saying that from the privilege of being on my back. You have no idea how deep these waters are because you ain't standing in them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think that it was such a powerful analogy because we do that often with God. Yeah. It's like you saying that because you standing. Yeah. You got the privilege right now of you ain't struggling in that.
Or you haven't gone through
haven't even gone through that. So you're you judging it from the basis of you being but you have no idea because you have not tread these waters yet. You have not been in the depths of that yet.
And vice versa. When you think something is deep and nobody else thinks it is, you flip that.
Yeah.
Like, this is deep to me.
This is deep to me.
Yes.
Or sometimes you don't know how deep it is for you. Sometimes you're responding and reacting to things and you don't know why. And he talked about that too. There's
always a why.
There's always a why. And then he talked about how we are trying to solve internal things without external things. You know what I mean? It's like, well, it's deeper than that.
Yeah.
And even for ourselves, we don't sometimes acknowledge how deep things really go. And we're afraid to search those things out. Just like we're afraid, like it gets scary when you're in the ocean. And the deeper it gets and the higher the water gets, it gets kind of scary when you can't feel the bottom anymore.
You're not on the sand.
You know what I'm saying? But then it's like, that's where the faith comes in. You know what I'm saying? He talked about that too. He said faith is being obedient now to what God will explain later. And I thought that was so powerful.
Love.
It's like
chills.
Literally, like, because it happens all the time.
He always explains it later. You always get it later.
And is it really faith if he explains it now?
Right. It's not.
Is it faith?
Because you don't have to believe.
Because now I don't have, if you tell me it's going to work out, then am I exercising my faith or am I just being comfortable and I'm operating on, okay, cool. I know that's going to work out. I know
it's going to work out. I'm going to trip in.
Or I know what that looks like, or I know how it's going to work out. We know it's going to work out if you believe, but that's where the faith comes in is what is faith? The substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things unseen. It's like it's not there. Physically, it's not there. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It was just so many like things that he said in that message where I was just like, man.
Yeah. And I mean, that hit me. I applied that as soon as I went to Dallas. That was the whole message when I went to Dallas. Literally.
And it was crazy how it all kind of like
led.
From listening to the message, then being and on the flight to New York. That was another thing we did. We didn't even talk about that. We went to go see Nico.
Oh yeah,
which was really dope. But yeah, how everything kind of just
led to that moment.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
And I've been just like I've listened to that several times after the first time I listened to it, just because I really want to like get it in me. But I encourage everybody to go watch it. It was really, really on time. Oh, and then he talked about like the most powerful thing. I put it in one of my posts, which because I never really do that, and I put it in my post because it was so powerful to me. But he was talking about how he was talking to married couples, and he told this husband to look at his wife, and he was like, "You see her? She's deeper than you think." He's like, "You haven't even met her yet." I said, when I first heard that in the car, I said, to it on me.
You haven't met me yet.
You haven't even met me yet.
Yeah.
You haven't.
I have barely met me.
I'm not who I'm gonna be.
Yep.
I haven't even begun to become who I'm gonna, you know what I'm saying?
Who God called you to be.
Yeah, like you don't, and that's the thing is like he was like, don't get too boring. Don't ever stop being curious.
Yeah.
And I feel that way about everything. Like never stop being curious, not just in relationships, but never stop having that curiosity. And that maybe that's why I'm always led by the question why, because I'm so curious
about everything.
Yeah, like where did that start? How did that become that?
Yeah.
Why is that like what? But why? That doesn't like I've always been that way. And I think that keeps you excited about your relationships if you ask those questions.
That's your gift for sure.
Yeah,
your curiosity and your words.
Yeah,
yeah. But yeah, that trickled in with me. Like, I'm not going to talk in depth about this at all, but had a family issue and literally 2 family members got into an argument and I was so worked up about it, flew down to Dallas and I got the sermon. Me and Megan talked we usually go to sleep on a plane too. We had a little bit of mimosas. I was like, I can't believe I'm not asleep. We talked the whole plane ride and I went down to Dallas. And literally, one of the family members was like, well, she this and the argument. I said, I am here for no other reason than to not talk about this argument. I'm like, we have got to lift up the rug. This argument is a ripple effect. It's a symptom of the sickness. Y'all arguing about this is going to continuously happen until we lift up the rug and get to the root of the problem, the root of the symptom. Focus on the sickness and not the symptom. Well, she did it. She got an attitude. The attitude is the symptom. The sickness is she was abused. Like, let's fix the sickness. I think as a culture, as a people, as a generation, or not even our generation in general, because one of the family members I was talking to was older. We focus on the sickness and not the symptom of actually getting back to what we said the last episode, the root of the problem. Yeah. So that sermon helped me in that capacity. I didn't even know I needed it then, you know? But it really helped me being able to go talk to that family member and be like, I get it. I get you're mad. I get y'all got into a debacle, but that's not the problem. The problem is under the rug that we keep stepping over for generations and generations. And really we're not talking about the sickness. We're focusing on the symptoms. So yeah.
Yeah. It's always important to, like I said, ask the why. And then keep going until you run out of asking why. And I promise you're never going to run out of asking why. You're just not.
Yeah.
Even if you ended it because God said, but why did he say? Because he always has a reason why.
Always.
You see what I'm saying?
Always.
So you're never like, I think that might, it could be a helpful tip for somebody to searching out, because we get this all the time. How do I heal? How do I start a relationship with God? How do I forgive? And it really starts with asking yourself, why?
I have an attitude problem. I don't have no patience. There's a reason.
Why don't I want to forgive? Yeah. Where is it coming from?
Yeah.
Why does it exist?
Yeah.
Why does it continue to exist? Why does that continue to bother you?
Yeah.
And keep asking why until you run out. And honestly, you'll just never run out, but you're always at least searching for more and the answer to get towards your healing. You know what I'm saying? And so if you keep asking that, it leads you furthermore into your healing. Why? Okay. Because once you answer one, you keep going.
You backtrack.
Yeah. It's just,
where did that start? Well, how did that feel? Go back before that. Well, why was I in that relationship? Starting that relationship. What made me think that relationship was healthy? Okay, let's go back to my parent. To go, like, you backtrack. It's just like, to realize
when you lose your phone or you lose your keys. Where was the last? I lost my peace. Where was the last place you found it? Where was the last place you remember having it? Where was the last time you remember having it?
Wow.
And start there.
Wow.
And then you go from there.
That's
okay,
good.
So I started, and I know I had it here.
That's good.
And now you can picture yourself with it.
That's good.
Right? So now you can remember. I lost.
Where was the last place
I lost my joy. I lost my peace. I lost my peace of mind. I lost my
creativity.
I lost my creative drive. I lost my yearning to go out and hang out with my friends. And okay, when was the last time you had it?
Wow.
Start there. And then you work your way from that point. But you got to go to where you last had it. And then sometimes it might be like, I can't really remember. I remember losing stuff and being like, I promise you, it's gonna take me I cannot picture.
Ooh.
You know, I can't see myself with it, but maybe I remember all the places I went today. And then maybe I can start there. You know what I'm saying? And just asking yourself the questions and going back and trying to find where you last had it.
That's
you know what I mean? And really just working from there, because then you'll realize how deep it really went. You'll realize like, oh, okay, that's where I lost it. I wasn't paying attention. I sat it down or whatever. And then I believe that can help you recover what you lost.
I love that. Write that down, Shekinah. I need that. I need to focus on that. Where was the last place you had it? That's interesting.
And then ask yourself, why did I have it? Why did I have it there? What made me feel like that there? Yeah. Because it may not be there anymore. Yeah. It may not be in that situation. What brought me peace 2 years ago may not be what brings me peace now.
It definitely shouldn't be.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that goes back to taking inventory of your life and really, collecting all the information and the data of your experience.
And that's so hard. Like I said, when I thought I found myself, I changed.
Immediately.
I was like, Jesus.
I was just like it. I was starting to like this girl.
I was starting to kind of get it. Yeah. And now I'm like, I don't know what makes me happy. I don't even care about the shit that did.
Yeah.
So it's like you have to relearn yourself.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
And to the thing that I realized too this week having these conversations is like the very thing that God has gifted you with, like your purpose or the thing that allows you to manifest yourself in this world is also the very thing that the enemy will try to attack you with or try to confuse you with
and act
and turn it, you know what I mean? It's like, or maybe you shouldn't do that. Maybe you shouldn't be that way, or maybe you should, and he'll, and here's the thing. Be clear, the enemy he can't do anything. He can only suggest things. And that's where he's good at. He can plant a seed of suggestion.
Yeah.
Well, what about that? But what if they say this? But what if they think that?
That's crazy.
But what if it fails?
That's crazy.
And that's it. He just plants these. That's why we say think about what you're thinking about, because every thought is not your own.
Yeah.
You have to be mindful of that.
Yeah.
Because he can't do anything, but he will suggest things.
Try to confuse you, lie to you. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'll say for me personally, it may not be for everybody, but I know that for me, he definitely will attack me in the very thing that I'm gifted in. Why do you think I battle mental health so much? You know what I'm saying? Like I had to be real with myself about these things. Like, why do I struggle so much with wanting to even be here? Why do I struggle so much with the way I think or the way I feel
and that is your gift.
You know what I'm saying? But the think and the way I feel is my gift. But it is also the very thing that the enemy uses to attack me in.
Jesus.
And that's why you have to be so mindful and so guarded and protective over the thing that God has gifted you with. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, music was a gift. Music is a gift, but it was Satan's gift. I mean, it was his
running the
thing.
choir.
It was his thing. Right. The most beautiful thing. Music is the only thing that can enter your subconscious without your permission.
And both sides of your brain, right?
Yeah. It is the only thing that can literally get into you without you allowing it to. Like, it just gets into your subconscious. It's a powerful thing.
Yeah.
Why do you think that there's so much corruption and darkness in music? In music. We love it.
It's wrong, and it be a
we
bop.
Bopping it. What? We be bopping.
Fuck these niggas skin.
Like bopping.
These lyrics suck, but I'm shaking my ass. Like, what?
And I'm guilty of it. I'm not saying I am guilty of it. I'm aware of it. And I don't listen to everything. But I don't listen to everything, and that's a fact.
Yeah.
But I mean, there are some stuff that I'm like, I listen to and I'm like, I probably don't agree with that, but the beat is hard. I ain't gonna hold you. You know what I'm saying? But think about that. Like, there's so many things that like we talk about, again, bringing up Future. I feel bad because we literally bring him up almost every episode.
Sorry.
But it's like we talk about how toxic Future is, but
well, he said didn't he crown him? I don't know if this is true. He crowned himself the toxic king.
I never heard that. I don't know. But if he is, or if it is that,
whatever.
Why, you know what I'm saying? Like, so we're celebrating being toxic. That's okay.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? That doesn't make sense, but that is how we operate. Yep. And I think that we're so afraid, like we know it's wrong or we know it's not good, but we still do it anyway. Yeah. Why is that? Yeah. Why? What are you afraid of?
Yeah, that's
you afraid of
things.
Not fitting in, not being able to, you know, like why do we do that? And I think I'm just kind of more like being, I don't know, my brain is like, is this necessary?
Okay, what are we doing?
You know what I mean?
What are we doing? Yeah.
5 minutes of being in a club, I'm like, what is the point of this?
Yep. That's how we was at Houston, though. We got there, we were like, y'all ready? When y'all ready?
When y'all ready.
We mingle, try to have a little fun, but we been there, done that. Baby, look, we was in the bed niggas was in the bed at 5 a.m. Walking out. We were
going to the airport and people were just getting to the hotel.
They were in the lobby.
At 4:30 in the morning?
We were getting on our flight. We were leaving and people were in the lobby mingling.
I'm like, I would have been upstairs. But you're still mingling and lingering?
Y'all just got back.
Yeah. But I get it. Yeah. And I get it. And there's nothing, I'm not condemning anybody. Do your thing. Go for it. It's
because it won't be me.
Because it won't be me. Go for it. You know what I mean? But I just think going back to that message, I have been like literally mind fucked about it.
It was so good.
All week long. Yeah. Like, man, this is so necessary.
Yeah.
And then he said something too. He was like, he said something about, he was like, you know, even as a pastor, like, stop. I don't want you looking to me for the answer.
Right.
He's like, because what happens if I decide to just stop?
And I'm a human. I am a vessel. Like, we get messages. We were going through questions. People send in questions to our email. We have a question email.
I'm like, I can't answer that.
What?
I say that there are so many. I cannot answer that.
I don't have the answer to that.
I don't.
Or I feel like y'all are gonna heal me. Megan can heal me.
I cannot.
Can I talk to y'all? And y'all
I cannot.
What?
I cannot.
Like, thank you, God bless you, but absolutely not. I don't want that responsibility.
Heavens no.
I'm like, I don't know about her, but baby,
no, thank you. No, you definitely don't have to worry about me. You definitely don't have to worry about me. I'm the type of person that I fully understand the responsibility of having impact and influence over. I understand that, and I don't. And I think that's another reason why I really be like, I don't know the word. I don't know if I'm ready to say that, but
what?
Like, I never wanted a platform because of that.
Like idolizing.
I just know, or just not even just them. I didn't want that responsibility on me. Like,
got you.
How people, like, these emails and messages that we get, like, oh, if I could just talk to you, I could, and what do you think, and how can I, and da-da-da. No, thank you.
Yeah, and then you come to me and I'm like, Jesus wept.
Like,
I don't have the answer.
I do not want that responsibility of leading somebody.
And I don't think just because you're on a platform, you do. I do not believe that people on platforms do. I believe you have a responsibility to do your best, tell your truth. Unless you're just a fucked up ass person, that's just fucked up in general, platform or not. Like, you shouldn't be doing that regardless. But you have a responsibility to live in your truth, and then the right people just get touched by it. Yeah. Like, you are not, no, I don't believe in that. Yeah. You can't. I cannot be responsible for 5.6 million people. You cannot be responsible for 100,000 people. We cannot be responsible for 800,000 people that are looking at this on YouTube. We can't. We're responsible for trying to do our best, trying to portray the truth.
And then whatever
yes
happens from there,
from there,
or just being intentional about it while we do it. Like we're being, you know, that's the responsibility. We're not just recklessly saying stuff like you should. And that's another thing. Like
I'm not telling you to do
shit.
anything. Let me reiterate that. I am telling you my truth, my journey, and my experience. I am not an advice giver. I'm a truth teller. Y'all call in and ask for questions, and we always say, just our opinion, our experience. We are not here to give advice. We are here to tell our story and our truth. And everything we say might not work for you. It might not work for the next person. It might not work but it might work for somebody else. It's just like a Beyonce or a Jay-Z. They had the blueprint. They had their own way. Just because you follow that don't mean you're going to be the next Beyonce. What worked for her is not going to work for every single person. You take nuggets, you take gems, and you apply it to your life and try to become the best version of yourself in your own journey, in your own life. It's not, we're not giving you a exact map on how to live, how to heal, how to grow, because we're doing it. We're still in the middle of this shit. I'm not even going to say the middle, the beginning. Of this shit. We're still trying to learn the healing, the evolving, the growing, the walking in your truth, the walking in your purpose, all that stuff we talk about, we're still trying to do. So we're doing it with y'all. And shit, if y'all got some tools, y'all got some network, y'all read a book, send it our way.
Send it,
like, give us some help.
Shiggity. Well,
it with a grain of salt.
Because that's I don't know where it's so funny because they prayed before the comedy show at Trae Day. They got all the comedians and they were like, we're gonna pray. And Brandon was like, just so you know, we have our own separate prayer.
We always do.
She's like, because I don't know
who these people
I don't know who you praying to. I don't know who you praying to, so I gotta do my own prayer.
I don't know where your spirit is at. I don't know if you're doing this for show. I need a real prayer.
Because these nerves is real. This ain't for show, baby.
Honestly, Megan knows how I get when I'm nervous. And baby, let me tell you, I was on that elevator and I had to shit. I said, sir. Megan said, Braylon. I have to shit. And he needs to come on.
You said, well, bust a move then. I was like, bust a move? You didn't need to tell that man to bust a move.
Bust it. Oh, I had to poop. Oh, and it took... I almost said something that is not right. I almost said, on my neck. The young lady that was looking for the bathroom. She said, what is it? I said, woo!
When you trying to be nice and you are so irritated, it is one of the hardest things in the world to do. When you are irritated, but you know you are being, you
saying it human or me?
No,
just
I'm just
people.
saying
Okay. Yeah, in general.
That's hard to be nice when you're really mad or just irritated because you are human. So it's like you reserve that right to be irritated every so often.
She said, are y'all going to the bathroom? I said, sweetie, we're looking for it. Just like you. And when I find it, I don't need you on my neck about it. She followed us. Don't follow me.
Oh, Lord. She kind of was sick of her. Ashley was sick of her.
I will be back. I went to the basement.
we all were like, listen, least. Like, ma'am.
I don't even know how we got there. But what was the point of that?
Yeah, what were we talking about? How did we end up talking about? Oh, prayer. Yeah, we were talking about the prayer.
The prayer. Yeah, so we all prayed as a group, and then we had our own prayer before my set.
Yeah, because you got to be responsible for your covering. You can't expect
depending on
everybody. Yo, you pray. Can you pray for me? You pray for you. You pray for you.
I want to seat at y'all table. Try to build your own. Not even try. Build
it.
Build it, and then we can come to your table.
And you come to our table, yeah.
We can come visit, and then but build. You don't have to. And I get that. Of course, you want community. I get that, but like build your own community. This took a while, y'all. This shit did not have, it looked like Ashley and Shekinah came out. No, this was strategically planned.
This took
table
time.
we built, we done been through people and shit.
We done broke the table, put it back together, broke it again, kicked the legs out, threw the chairs away, reupholstered the chairs, put them back together.
We didn't done that shit. Didn't work. I didn't like that. I'm not eating that again. We
didn't done some things. We didn't, you know what I'm saying? It took time. It takes time to build certain things. And then when it comes together, it comes.
Woo! Organically.
It came. When Ashley came, she came. When Shekinah came, she came. It just came and it fit and it's like, oh, okay, cool.
I get it.
Go
back to the faith quote. What was, I'm sorry.
Being obedient now and thanking God for what God will explain later.
He's explaining stuff now. And guess what? We're being obedient now for other. That's never going to stop.
Never.
It's always being obedient.
Never.
But that quote I said, I feel like I've been more obedient than, and I say this with a grain of salt, y'all, because we all work so hard. We work hard. I work very hard, but I hear stories, interviews from, I was homeless, I was under a bridge, I was this, I was that. Everybody's journey is equally as important. Just because I wasn't homeless doesn't mean I didn't have a struggle. You get what I'm saying? But working super, super hard.
Yeah.
I've never felt anything was ever handed to me, but I do feel like God has had super favor over my life in certain situations. Like my, personality or my networking has got me indoors that my talent hasn't or my hard work hasn't. But I said this quote when we were out to dinner, I think it was at Papado's, that I feel like I've been more obedient to God than a hard worker. And when you're obedient, he works it all out. He just makes it work.
Yep.
We were overworking looking for a videographer. He's like, just be obedient.
Yep.
I told you to let him go.
Yep. Yep.
Jesus. I told you to let him go. You so trying to hold on. You nervous about, just let him go.
Yep. Because you don't know how I'm going to do it. And you don't know when I'm going to do it. And you don't know the person that I'm going to do it, work through. And you're so scared. And and it's just like, do you believe I'm going to do it or do you not? And if you believe I'm going to do it, just do what I tell you to do. Yeah.
And
it sounds that simple, but I know it's not. And it is hard. I'm not trying, I will never try to minimalize.
Absolutely.
Because it's very hard to do that.
Yeah, and even when you're trying to see if this is what God's telling me.
Let me tell you this. I'll say this. And a lot of people ask me to talk more about Caleb and my son who has autism and Fragile X syndrome. So he's a special needs child, and people ask me to talk more about that. But I will say that Caleb is about to be 10, right? He'll be 10 in October. And this week,
yes, Jesus,
was the first week that he didn't have to wear pull-ups or diapers ever, like all day. Like at night, he slept through the night. Even last couple nights, been 3 nights, I think, so far.
Yes, Caleb.
He's been sleeping through the night with underwear. Now, for a lot of people, you don't get it because you ain't lived through that. Because your child was potty trained at 2 and 3, and I've experienced that too. I have 2 other ones, and so I get it. You don't understand that there was that for 10 years.
I have been buying diapers.
We've been buying diapers and pull-ups for 10 years, almost 10 years.
Jesus.
Right? But there was a time that God told me he would take care of it. And I told God to take care of it before Caleb turned 10. So I said, okay, but it needs to be before 10. And I told Caleb, I said, we're not doing this. Your 10th birthday, we are not doing this. I was like, by 10, and I talk to my son I don't treat him any different than I treat my other ones. I don't talk to him any differently.
He's so smart.
Caleb's nonverbal, but I speak to him as if he can have a full-on conversation. Because in my head, we have full conversations, right?
Yep.
So I'm telling Caleb, I'm like, look.
Yep.
We had a hard conversation in my bathroom. And I said, I promise you, we are never having this conversation again. I'm done. I'm done. You are capable of doing this. You can do this. I know you can do this.
Megan.
And I'm telling you, I didn't know back then when they told us your son has autism and he has Fragile X, which means he doesn't have the protein that produces brain development, which means that he will always be delayed. He'll never do this. He'll never do that. He'll never graduate from high school. He'll never live a normal life. He'll never get married. He'll never work a regular job. He'll never have relationships. He'll never have friends. He'll never have this. We went through they tell you that your kid will never do all these things, right? I knew God confirmed. I knew God told me that Caleb would be potty trained. I just didn't know when. But I just had to be obedient to what God said. So again, thanking him now for what he'll explain later.
It's going to happen.
It's going to happen. It's going to happen.
The day of the time is going to happen.
And you just have to just know and do everything that God instructs you to do.
In the meantime. Dang.
And thanking him in the meantime.
Thank you.
And celebrating in the meantime. Even when it don't give you a reason to celebrate. Even when everything looks like it's going to even when Caleb was having accidents during potty training time. He was having, oh God, no, it's all right. We're going to pick it up again. That's all right. Nope. No, new pair of underwear. God. We got to get a new pair of underwear. We got to get a new pair, but put them back on. You know what I'm saying? Just being committed to seeing through what God has already promised you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And being committed to that.
Yeah.
And you may not know, and you don't know when it's going to come.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But you just have to know that it's coming.
And all the time, everybody's time is different.
Your
blessing could be a year, it could be 10 years.
Yeah. And it looks different. I talked about, I don't know what platform we were on, but I talked about asking God to, because Caleb is nonverbal. And I remember asking God, I want to hear my son say, I love you, Mom, because he's completely nonverbal. So I'm like, I want to, if I could just get him to say that, if I could just hear him say, I love you, Mom, if I could just hear him say that, it would just make my whole life, da-da-da-da. And we're at a speech therapy appointment, and Caleb's like 3 or something like that. And he has a device that he talks through. And she comes out of the appointment with Caleb, his speech therapist, and this is back when we were in Ohio, and she's like, oh my gosh, I have something so cool to show you. And I'm like, okay. And mind you, like, I'm in mom mode. So I'm like, okay, I gotta go to work. I gotta take him to school. Like, come on, lady.
Right.
What?
Let's get to it.
What do you need to show me?
Right.
And she was like, Caleb, what do you want to tell Mom? And he put on the little thing, I love you, Mom. And I was like, he typed it. I love you, Mom. And he starts kind of laughing, and I was like, oh, it's cute. Like, oh, so cute. All right, get your book bag on, let's go. Like, it was cute. Okay, great, that's awesome. Didn't really think much about it. And I took Caleb to school. I was on my way to work, and immediately God convicted me. And he was like, that's what you had been praying for. You prayed for that, and I gave it to you, but I didn't give it to you in the way that you wanted it. So you didn't celebrate it. Yep. You didn't acknowledge it. Yep. You didn't even acknowledge the miracle I just gave you.
Yep.
Because you were so focused on what it looked like. It had to look like this. It has to look the way I want it to look.
Yep.
And God is giving us miracles all the time. It's just pay attention.
I want peace. Now that nigga cheated, that's a way out, or that nigga left you. And you fight, you shouldn't be with him. God is giving you the peace you're asking for. It just
you said you want peace.
Leave him.
Bye. Adios.
Bye, cheetah pumpkin eater.
It's like, just because it doesn't come. Oh, you wanted peace with him, but
come on.
But that's not what's gonna give you peace. That's not what's
gonna give you peace.
So I removed him so you could have peace, but you don't want that.
You don't want that. Y'all got to change up y'all's prayers. Y'all got to change up your prayers.
You got to be specific.
You have to.
You have to be specific, man.
I prayed every day. If this is not my husband, remove him. As much as I thought I was in love with him at the time, but I was like, this could be it. Mm-hmm. And I look back, I'm like, there was too many things that we didn't, agree on, just morally. Yeah. But if this is not my husband, remove him as quickly as possible.
Yep. Baby. And that's with anything in your life.
Anything.
If this is not for me, if this does not push me in the direction of my purpose, God, move it. Get it out the way.
Yeah.
Remove me. If I'm in the way, uproot anything that puts me in the way of what you want to do in my life. Remove it. I don't want it. I don't need it. Because I got to have peace.
Yeah.
I have to have peace. I don't care about nothing else by any means necessary. I gotta have peace.
And then whatever his will for us is.
Yeah.
We want so many things.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
and you think you want something, and it's like it might look, it
looks different, but God, get this, just whatever your will is, let me have that, and let me have peace about it. If your will is for me not to ever have this, let me have peace about it. You know,
and removing your ego and pride. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm not going to specifically talk about the people involved, but I saw something online and I'm just like, why would you want that? Why do you want that? Why would you put yourself in the position to have a lifetime commitment with a nigga that hurts you?
Like, who is it?
Remember when I was talking about that? I'm like, why do you want that?
Why?
For the look?
Yeah.
For the aesthetic? For the vibe? For the look? That's wild to me.
It's
that
wild.
People really...
Yes. Just like, that's something as simple as what we was talking about. Like, oh, I want to be on a yacht. I want the look. I got to get the pictures. Every time I am on a boat,
I'm throwing up.
I throw up. I don't need to be on
a
yacht
boat
no more for the vibe and the look and the aesthetic.
Just so that I can prove on social media that I'm on a yacht.
You get seasick, sweetie. Like, the last time I was on a boat, I was like, this really isn't fun for me. I don't care how drunk I get. I'm nauseous.
It's not fun.
I don't need to get on another boat because people think this is fun.
Because it's a vibe.
It's a vibe.
Or it says something. The fact that you're it's a thing. It's a luxury thing. It's a look. It's like, you see me was on a yacht? Man, she must be killing it. You know how many broke people on yachts?
I'm throwing up.
Miserable.
I'm asleep.
Miserable. I'm downstairs. Literally, I have a patch on and I'm downstairs. I'm in the bunker. Bitch. I took that picture and immediately
threw up. But like, what? But that's on a more surface scale than what you were talking about. But I'm saying like,
I won't say names, but like, why are you intentionally having children with a nigga that cheats, that hurts you? Now I'm not even gonna say cheats, because if that's y'all's business, whatever. But somebody who embarrasses you and hurts you, why are you having a human with them? And like intentionally having one, not like, slipped on a dick.
Yeah.
And
we're planning
you're intentionally bringing in a life into this world.
But like what you said, people use childs as pawns now. It's a
look. It's for a look. It's an aesthetic.
That's sick.
And it's sad. That's a life.
That's sad.
That's a life. And it goes back to what my friend Lene was saying. She was like, we ain't never had a choice. Since conception, we ain't never had a choice. Ever. We've never got to choose, really.
That's crazy. Damn, that's crazy.
Like, how fucked up is that you come into the world because your mom wanted to look.
To be petty. Or wanted to be
you
petty.
wanted to be petty.
Bet. I'm going to have this nigga baby.
I'm going to have it. Bet. Now I'm going to have it.
Bet.
I know I took all those Plan Bs and I did all those abortions before, but I'm going to have this baby just to prove a point.
Or if I get pregnant, he'll stay with me. Bet.
Or trapping niggas.
That's sick.
That is sick.
And I know you understand it on a deeper level because you're a mom.
Yes,
I can't even fathom it on that level.
I'm looking at the effects of some of my mistakes on my children. I'm looking at the consequences of some of my sins on my children.
Wow.
So yes, that is a thing.
Wow.
Y'all just out here just fucking having children and not thinking about the life of that child.
Yeah. No.
That is so,
no.
It burns me up to no extent. It makes me so mad.
I don't think they're on that mental, spiritual.
Of course not.
They're not on that capacity
But
yet
think about it.
Yeah.
Think about how crazy that is.
Shit. Yeah.
That people are literally having children for a vibe, for a aesthetic, for an accessory, just to say, oh, look, you can marry me because I'm a good mom.
Yep.
Are you?
Yep. That's crazy.
Are you really invested into that child? I have real conversations with my children, hard ones. I ask them, am I a good mom? What can I do better? What do you need from me? Because it changes.
I love that. I didn't have conversations.
I didn't either. And my mom's a great mom, but I didn't have those conversations like that.
It's unacceptable to me.
But I feel like we are just being frivolous with our decisions.
Yeah.
Everybody wants, it's my choice, it's my right. But are you being responsible with that?
Yeah. No.
That's why choices get taken away from people.
Right.
Because a lot of y'all niggas ain't thinking about your choices.
Right.
You just out here not thinking about the effects and the consequences of those choices.
Yeah.
And guess what? Your choices and your decisions don't just affect you.
It affects everybody.
It affects everyone.
Everybody.
Everyone, not just the circumference of what you, everyone.
Because it trickles
everyone
down into the next person.
Everyone.
It's crazy.
Okay, example. Say I'm a fucked up mom. I abuse my children. I got an alcohol problem, right? Now my children, all they do is see all this dysfunction. I'm drinking, My children see that, they grow up, they pick up that habit.
Yep.
Right? But when I drank at home. But because my children were in the home, all they saw was me drinking. They were not saying, she only drank at home. They just see me drinking, right?
Yeah.
So one of my children now goes and drinks. And they develop that habit, but now they're drinking out. They get drunk. They drive. They hit somebody and kill somebody, right? Now that has affected
a whole
set of different people.
Everything is attached.
And then it just keeps going. Every choice
affects the world.
Every choice.
That's crazy.
Every choice.
That's crazy.
And maybe that's why I'm so consumed about every little detail and making sure why did you do it that way? Why did you do it this way? Could you have done it better? That's why it takes me forever to make a decision, because I don't want to make the wrong one.
Yeah.
I'm so aware of the possible consequences that could happen from those decisions.
The possible effects it can have.
That's why it takes me long to make one sometimes. But you know what I'm saying? I just feel like we're so reckless, and then we be so mad when someone takes away our choice, but then you ain't thinking about how reckless niggas are with it. Are you even thinking about that?
That's crazy.
That's why there is a limit with alcohol, because some people don't know how to stop.
They abuse it. Yeah. You abuse it. You abuse it.
That's why drugs aren't just out there for everyone to have, because some people don't know how to stop.
Yeah.
That's why there's boundaries with God.
Yeah.
Because you don't know how to stop. If I leave you to yourself, you'll fuck it all up.
And we said this. There is not one rule God has given us that would hurt you. Not one. All the don'ts. There is a protection.
It's a protection.
It's a guard. Because when
not just for you, but for everyone.
And he's not saying it's some things. I'm not saying it's bad.
I just said don't.
I know you. I know you, and you're a human. And I'm not saying sex is bad. I don't think it's not bad. But you know why I saved it for your husband? Because you're gonna be out here hoeing.
Yeah, and because I have a chemical that I place inside your body as a woman, and anytime that you orgasm, you're chemically bonded. It's a bonding chemical that is released in your body, right? We talk about soul ties. Yep. Right?
On a spiritual level, that's what it is.
But on a physical science, there is a chemical that is released that binds a woman to a man when she orgasms. It's a bonding. It's the same chemical that is released when a mother has a baby and she's breastfeeding.
Wow.
It's the same thing. It's a bonding chemical.
Wow.
That's why that's why I said wait till you married. Because I don't want you out here bonded and connected
with all these
random ass niggas that you ain't gonna be with. Now you spending a lifetime trying to tear that connection with somebody that was never you were never meant to really connect with.
Wow.
That's why there's boundaries. And we look at God like, he's such this dictator and No, he created it. Yeah, he knows us. There has to be limits with things. There has to be, just like with my children, there's boundaries.
Yeah.
I don't want you on the phone.
I know you.
And I know what's out there.
Yep.
I don't need you on the internet like that because I know what's out there. You don't know what's out there. I know it's deeper than you think.
Come on. Back to that. It's
It's
deeper
than you think. That's why there's boundaries. That's why there's, you know what I mean? We so worried about, oh, my choice, my right, my this, my that. Okay.
Yeah. Well, make the right choice.
Are you being responsible with that?
Yep.
If you are, great. But everybody's not.
Yeah.
Everybody's not.
Yeah.
And yes, we're living individual lives and experiences, but we're all connected, and it affects everyone.
Everybody. It trickles down into every single person. What they say? What is it? 6 degrees or 3 degrees away from
6? What is it? 6 degrees of separation,
or
6
not? People away from Beyonce.
Right.
So think about that. That sounds crazy, but literally a decision you make could affect her. If you really think about that. It could. It possibly could. Maybe not right away, maybe not directly, but indirectly or somewhat, you know? Yep.
Yeah.
You're 6 degrees away from the next.
I mean, think about the 9/11. What happened at 9/11? That one thing, and it was obviously a huge, that thing changed the way we travel. Forever. We wasn't taking shoes off belts and doing all that. When that happened, that was it.
That's it.
We changed everything after that.
Everything.
Off of one instant.
Off of a choice somebody made.
One choice, one decision, one moment in time. We changed how we travel forever. And it will never go back to that.
Never go back.
It will never be what it was.
Yeah.
And you have to think about that when you're making decisions. It will, whatever you choose, just know that that's the choice, and whatever the consequences are, that's where they are.
I don't think, even if people are thinking about that, they're selfish.
Yeah. Well, does it affect me?
Right. I don't, even if you are going to the extent of thinking about that.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh well.
Even just with the opinion of Roe versus Wade on both sides. Mm-hmm. Some people are like, well, shit, I don't want to have kids, or I'm gay and I don't have to worry about that. So it don't affect me. You know what I'm saying? Or, it all matters.
And it's going to affect you some way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It all matters.
Yeah.
And we have to be considerate of the decisions or what we subscribe to, because it does affect everyone.
Everybody.
It just does.
Yeah, that's deep to think about. Like, I know I went far with Beyonce, but it's possible. No,
well,
seriously.
for you, yeah.
Seriously.
I wouldn't even say 6. I wouldn't even say 6 for you.
Away? That's crazy. That's interesting. Wow. I gotta be better.
It's just being intentional and really thinking fully about the full possibilities, and you'll never know. Yeah, because the possibilities are endless.
You'll never know.
But at least consider
and being intentional and trying to do your best. That's it.
Yeah. That kids thing though, it works me up. It gets me like, it really fucking grinds my gears. Oh, it grinds my gears. Like, I know playing with children, I'm like that is just woo.
Yeah. And it's because you're so close to your children, and you're such a good mom, and you're just.
Or I try. At least I'm not a perfect parent by any means. I am blessed and fortunate that I lucked up and got some really amazing kids. But
you're so dope.
That's like a triggering thing for me. Why are you just having children?
It's sad.
It's mean.
It's sad.
It's so mean.
I was just seeing if we answered that question.
Oh,
we did.
Okay.
I was just making sure.
But yeah, I don't know what else happened this week, but
we can talk about New York.
New York was really cool.
Yeah.
We pulled up on Inigo.
You found such a cute little rooftop spot.
I know that was
Tell them about the thing we ate.
Oh, so first of all, I was like,
start at the beginning.
Okay. So we flew into New York. We had a great conversation on the plane ride there. That was really good. And then we got to New York, and what did we do when we first got there?
We went to a dispensary.
Oh, it took me forever to get us a hotel. B was pissed. Because remember we sat at the airport at the for an hour.
Y'all, I did so good. I was like, okay, you had 2 hours. Like, meet me halfway, bitch.
But I eventually found a hotel.
We landed. We went straight to the bar. We had mimosas and we went live. Megan was like, I need to get a hotel. I'm like, okay, cool. The way I work was totally different. We talk about this all the time. I pull up to the hotel and be like, I need a room. Megan be like, no, we need to pull up. Your name needs to be on the list. You need to get done.
Well, and I like to be cheap. Where she don't care. She'll be like, oh, what is it, $1,500? Okay, here. Like, she don't care. And I'm like, we could have booked that on Expedia, bitch, and had it like.
And it would have been $299.
Literally.
Yeah. But, see, just had to try to play because we was at the bar and I was drinking mimosa. So I was a little like, I'm a little sliz. I'm a little fizz. Ooh. Yeah, I was a little. 2 hours later.
It wasn't 2. It was an hour
and a half. I said, Megan, if you do not book this
room. She went live and then I got distracted a little. But I booked the room.
Either way, she booked the room.
I booked the room. But I had to find a rooftop. I had to find a balcony. That's very important to me. I like having hotel rooms with balconies.
Go outside.
And why all hotels don't have balconies really stresses me out.
And look, let me say something. Y'all hotel owners, builders, lighting. Do y'all not think people are in hotels traveling, a lot of women doing their makeup, wanting to look pretty?
A full size. Okay, what are the things that you need in a hotel?
A full mirror.
Full ceiling to the fucking floor.
Full mirror. Great lighting. All this dim. Like, I get it. If that's your aesthetic, have it in the hallway.
Or settings. Maybe there's a dim setting.
Maybe there's a bright.
But it needs to be
setting.
A bright.
It's sick. It's sick. Full mirrors.
Overhead lighting in the bathroom. You have got to be kidding me.
It's ridiculous. Can't see shit.
I cannot see.
We walk out like on the way to the event. Like, how do I look?
Literally, like
can we please have a microwave?
Least you could do.
I'm so sick of calling down to lobbies.
Yeah.
Just put them in the rooms. Put them in, or you know what? On the floor.
Maybe
the floor.
Yeah. If you don't want them in every room, maybe there's one on the floor.
A microwave or floor.
Utensils. Just keep them in the room.
If you have a straw and you have a cup.
Stirs.
Why do you don't think I need a fork?
At some
and
point,
a spoon?
Just put them in the room.
We eat. We be pissed.
Just put them. If y'all did that, people wouldn't bother you at the front desk.
We would leave you alone.
They would leave you alone.
An iron.
Simple. Easy. Don't give me a steamer. Let me ask for the steamer. An iron is the least you can do.
You said, do y'all have an iron? They said, we have a steamer. I said, do you have an iron? He said, yes. Bring the iron.
Bring the iron up and quickly.
Those are just little necessities. They're like, bitch, you trying to build an apartment.
No, but I feel like those are practical
things.
It's
like y'all have them, but they're just not convenient.
Accessible. Yeah, and convenient. Yeah.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, have the snack. You know how they have these little stores? I'm just saying. Put it on the floors. I don't want to go all the way. I'm on the 17th floor. I got to go all the way down to the lobby.
Show everybody I'm trying to get ramen at midnight with hot Cheetos and a little. Y'all have butter.
Like the Dream Hotel. They have the little robot.
That was fire.
That will bring it to you. Yeah. It is very weird.
They had that but at least in China.
But at least there's something there to bring your shit.
Yeah, quick. Because by the time I get my fork, I already ate it with my hand.
Like simple thing, razors, forks.
It's deeper than that. You have no self-control, bro.
You're impatient. That's all that tells me.
That's all it tells me.
You're impatient.
You are.
And maybe.
Okay, but I'm saying is
convenience. But we're just saying those hotels. Yeah.
If you ever want to build a hotel, if you are watching this and you own a hotel, just think about your customer.
Please. And if it's in a nice area, please get a balcony.
Last fucking thing.
What?
Why the fuck? Why is check-in at 3?
Why is check-in at 3?
I get it. You have to clean the rooms. I get that. I understand that. But there has to be a protocol. Either a lounge area, a floor of where people can wait.
You don't even give me a full 24 hours and you want me to spend however much on a room.
So check out is at
11 and check-in is at 3? That don't make sense to me.
Y'all need to rotate the rooms and the shifts. Because if I land at 10
a.m.
If I land at 10, I'm coming into your city and I can't check in until 3. You want me to walk the streets for 4 hours.
Talking about we'll hold your bag back here.
Yeah,
the hell you will.
damn sure will. You damn sure will.
And you ought to be providing a lunch voucher because I had planned on going and taking a nap.
And now I have to eat.
And now I ain't got nothing to do but eat.
But eat.
I ain't got no car. Check-ins need to be at 10. And if we can get in early, great. But 10 at the latest. Check-in should be at 10. Check-out should be at noon or 1.
But how would they clean the rooms?
I don't know. That is not my business.
Need a better system.
I am not in the hotel business.
Yeah, y'all need to handle.
Has nothing to do with me.
Y'all need to.
But they got to figure it out.
Rotating.
They got to figure it out.
People are coming out.
Stop overbooking.
Yeah. Stop being greedy.
Stop being greedy.
It's deeper than that. You're greedy. Leave a couple rooms.
Leave some rooms
for people to check in.
Or have a luxury lounge area.
That's what I said.
Where I can be.
Have a floor
of
lounging, a shower, the Delta,
a Fountain Blue.
Sky Club.
Yeah, or
Fountain
that too.
Blue.
Fountain Blue. They had a locker room. They had a lounge area. There's TVs. You can wait here. No big deal. Something. But you motherfuckers who fucking don't have that, that is ridiculous.
We be in the rental car
like literally okay, so I guess we're just going to drive around for 4 hours. This is
sleepy.
Ridiculous.
That's the last thing. But
because ain't nobody in y'all's lobby. Y'all can make that a luxury little
something
sitting area. Ain't nobody sitting in y'all's lobby.
You don't want to do that. It's just like a plane. You don't want to make space for people because you're trying to get as many people on that plane to get as many dollars as you can.
Oh, Jesus.
Now I got this man
breathing on me, on my neck.
What was the point of this conversation?
We were talking about New York and we went down another
like,
vicious path.
Just want to let you know we're not judging.
This
is just our experience.
We're just giving our opinion. This is only our opinion. They're like, bitch, you just jumped down every hotel owner's throat.
The fucking hotel industry. Marriott will be here. You'll be hearing from the Marriott.
No, seriously. They're like, bitch.
No, fuck y'all.
Ridiculous. But anyway, we went to New York. That was cool. Weed is legal in New York now, so we got to go to a dispensary.
Oh my God, they didn't have air.
Hot.
I was like, y'all niggas working?
It was so hot in there.
He was like, it just went off.
It was like it just broke it out. Like,
this shit been off a week.
I'm like, you ain't sweating. You used to this, like, nigga. Because if it just went off,
with the little fan. If it just went off today, how you get
that fan right there?
That quick.
So that was cool. But we went out there because Aniko performed at oh my God, so embarrassing.
What?
SOBs.
What were you about to say?
When they DM'd us.
Fuck. Megan stole from them.
I did not. And I'm like, why did they DM you? Did they DM you?
Probably.
Okay. Well, what? We went to the show.
Right, you're right,
we went to the show.
You're right. We went to see Aniko perform.
I literally thought I was gonna get sick before. That was really scary. I was keeping my cool, but I was really about to throw up.
You were really keeping your cool.
I was like.
But what made?
I don't know. New York weed, I guess. I don't know. I was like, literally, I'm like,
something's wrong.
I thought I was like, I'm like, something's seriously wrong. And if I don't get, and it was hot.
Yeah.
And I was, it was hot in New York and it stunk so bad.
And this was before Houston. So I was literally having anxiety about going to Houston.
Houston, yeah.
Because I'm like, if New York feels like this.
And you had that long hair. So you were really hot.
Sick. I went to Houston with a blonde bob. I said, I am not.
She's like, and I damn near almost snatched it off in the middle of the Trae day.
Baby, it almost was a pixie. Please, somebody shave my neck. Oh my goodness.
But we went to the show. It was at SOB's. It was so cool.
She was amazing.
Not she.
I'm sorry. Thank you. They were amazing.
Amazing. Yeah.
Thank you. Her pronouns are they, their, and them.
There?
Like
there.
Yeah,
okay.
Their show instead of her show.
Like, what? I got confused.
It was THERE.
I didn't.
The English language.
All these
like
curveballs.
Over there. They're
there.
They're
there.
They're there.
There's so many ways you can say that.
They're there. They're there.
They're there. They're there.
Wow.
That's funny. But yeah,
thank you for correcting me.
Yeah, and Nico's sibling opened.
Her sister. Yeah. She's so
not
dope.
Her sister. Their
Jesus.
sister. You see how fast it comes?
I'm sorry.
Their sister.
Thank you.
opened up.
Lord of mercy.
That one guy was really dope, though. I wish I got his name, but he
had
was
an accent and
phenomenal.
everything.
He's
Where
from,
was he from? London.
No,
No?
Jamaica.
I'm making shit up.
Was it Jamaica? I
London.
think something. Yeah, he was
Caribbean.
amazing.
He was
Oh my
great.
gosh, he would. I would say like kind of like a Sam Smith vibe, but it was a black guy from like Jamaica. I think
He had an
Jamaica.
accent,
But
yeah.
oh my God, he
So good.
killed.
So good.
He killed. It was phenomenal.
So good.
Aniko went out there, and when I
Ooh.
say immediate
So good.
goosebumps, we were just like,
what? Their voice is just epic.
epic.
Epic. Epic. We love them.
And it's so funny because after Aniko gets off, they have this big presence on stage.
Yeah.
Very and the voice is very like, and then you see them behind the, oh, thank you guys so. I mean, the
It's
sweetest
crazy.
little tiny little voice
and body and just
I'm thinking
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh, she's so sweet. Yeah.
It was good. So that was dope. And then
After that, we went to this.
no. We ate and you stole.
I did not.
Megan ran out on the
steal.
check.
I was very sick. I was not
No,
feeling
she
good, so I
was.
was like, I gotta get some food.
I
in
wasn't
me.
thinking either. It wasn't her.
Yeah, it was.
But I'm saying that because they DM'd.
Yeah, they
Megan.
did.
SOB DM'd her like, hey,
You didn't pay your bill.
You didn't pay.
And the waitress had to pay out of her pocket.
Oh fuck.
I felt bad. It was
Yeah.
$60, but I sent her $100
that's
because
nice.
I was like,
Thank you.
I felt bad. Yeah, but we ate food, and actually the food was good. That shrimp, that coconut shrimp, Jesus.
I don't even think I had any.
Oof, it was so good.
Yeah.
So then after that we went to this little rooftop place, and they have all these cute little drinks in these cups and
So
smokes
cute.
and all the stuff that I love.
Once again, I was hot.
And
I was hot.
burning up.
I started feeling woozy. I was like, Megan, we have to go.
Then this lady our waitress came out because we had hookah and it was just me and B.
Mm-hmm.
And our waitress comes out and she's like, her presentation was terrible.
It was. Sorry
What?
to her.
Oh, it was because she kind of said it like, we want to give you guys this pill and it's gonna change the way you taste
Your
stuff.
taste buds.
And we were
I was
like,
what?
Like, what do
I
you
was
mean
like,
you're
are
gonna
you
get?
talking about a drug? She's like, no, it's a pill. I'm like, the way
What
you're
kind?
saying
Yeah,
pill,
pill makes me
sounds
feel like
illegal.
what is it? She's like, yeah, our restaurant owner
Yeah.
wants to give you
It's called,
guys,
like, something experience.
yeah,
But
and it's this tiny little.
it was it's a fruit. That's
Basically,
what they
it's
say
like
from
a-
overseas.
It's like a Flintstone. It tastes like a
Right.
Flintstone vitamin.
Ooh, it's nasty.
Oh God.
You're supposed to suck on it and it dissolves.
It's from some country.
Yeah.
I forget what she said. It's
Yeah.
from some country, but it's a berry,
Yeah.
some sort of berry.
And it changes everything that's sour to
Sweet. So before you take the pill, you have to drink all the drinks, and they're sour.
Yeah.
Or very bitter.
And you bite a lemon.
Yeah, you.
It's hella sour.
And the lime.
Oh, my jaw.
I know. Same. I was like,
Jesus.
oof.
Warhead.
Yeah. Sorry. So then you take the pill.
Yeah.
And then for 15 or 20 minutes, everything you taste is sweet.
We bit a lemon and it tasted like an orange. It was crazy, but it was overly sweet for me. Like it took your.
It was a lot.
It tastes like sugar.
Sugar.
Straight sugar. But that's cool. It was like we took the pill. We were scared.
But I was just thinking, I was like,
And then here go Megan's brain.
well, yeah. I'm like, how does that happen? But yeah, how? Why?
Why
does
did that work?
Yeah, why did that work? Why does it happen? But then I started thinking, I was like, I wonder,
What?
could you use that sexually?
Wait.
Like, I may not mind. Give him,
Give him but no, like,
if it
How?
changes
How,
your
though?
taste buds.
oh, put it in your mouth before you give head.
Yeah, like I don't participate in swallowing, but if I had
Ooh,
that,
wow.
it may not make me
think
feel
it would
so.
taste
I don't
different?
know. I'm a texture person, so maybe not.
Sweet snot. Ugh.
Yuck.
That's.
But I'm just thinking.
You're onto something.
I know.
You're onto
I know.
something. And you
Even
don't
for
say
guys,
too much on this mic,
I know. But
'cause
even
we
for
need to trademark
I know.
something.
even for guys though,
Ooh. Do you know girls used to put Starburst in their vagina? Did any of y'all ever do that? I've never done it. I swear. On the link, I've never done it. I've never done it on my life.
Who did it though, bitch?
Like people. Did any of y'all ever used to do that? Any KFS viewers? You did that? Oh, I thought. See, baby,
I will punch you. I was about to climb over this. Jesus, Jordan. My heart. I literally was about to jump over this goddamn mic if like Jordan raised her hand.
I remember it being a trend. Nobody ever heard of that?
No. Have y'all ever heard of that?
No. Like women.
Jordan?
Yeah, like
no.
Jordan. Baby J, seriously.
Seriously, Jordan. I really don't want to.
Because you know we can't get up.
Seriously.
Stop.
She's like, no.
Don't do that.
Don't do that to me. It's not funny.
Look at her. What you eating?
Right. What are you chewing the Starburst right now? Right. What are you eating?
But yeah, Ashley said she's heard of that. That was like a trend. Like girls would put
I've
candy
never heard
of
that.
Yeast. I never did it.
But I'm saying that could be a thing.
A thing. Yeah. Like or you take the pill before you're about to give head. But it's like, I have 10 minutes, hurry.
You said, listen. See, this is only gonna last.
All right.
15. You got 15 minutes. You better come on.
6 minutes, Daggy, pressure on.
Okay.
I'm like, Jesus, it's been 14. We have 60 seconds before. Ugh.
You try to like get a nigga, slip him a little, and then like take this vitamin. He go down on you. You be like, man, that shit
like
great.
You tricked me, bitch. Yeah.
Next time he go down there, he be like,
sour as hell. So, you need some water, bitch.
The time runs out, and he's like, wait a minute.
It's giving.
He was like, wait.
Sour Patch Kid.
Right.
Versus sweet.
Is it a reverse Sour Patch Kid? What's going on?
That's fucking gross.
That's great. But no, that could be something. I don't know what it is. But I said, I wonder if it would work for your children. Like if you trying to get your kids to eat vegetables broccoli. Or, whatever, and they don't like it. Or
but if you keep doing that and then eventually they eat a real broccoli.
Right. So it's manipulation. For sure. You're right.
And they like broccoli doesn't taste like this.
They're like, this isn't broccoli?
Yes, broccoli does not taste like Starburst. Sweetie, I've been tricking you.
That's so
But
weird.
we took the pill and it was fucking good.
It was cool. It was cool.
It was a cool experience.
It was a cool experience. Yeah.
It
was nice to be like that vibe, being on the rooftop in New York. New York is one of my favorite places.
Megan loves New York.
Doesn't really care that much.
I don't like
you don't care for it that much.
Care for it. We saw some fans in the street of New York.
That was
so
crazy.
Sweet. That was so sweet.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, son, like.
I just seen y'all. I was just listening to y'all.
Keep doing what you're doing, son.
Keep doing it.
I was like, word to your mother.
Word to your mother.
But yeah.
So that's always cool to get. Yeah, it's always good to see people see us out randomly. It's like, okay, so we are doing a little something.
One person. Thank you.
Little something.
Little. On the link. We have a new handshake, guys. What is it? On the chain.
On the chain.
How do you saying link?
I don't know.
On the chain. Like
on the chain.
All right, I was going to explain it, but we don't. Before we move on, we're going to take a break.
A quick break.
A quick little breaky. We have a surprise for y'all.
You guys, you know what it is. It is the KFS fam. We're giving you guys 20% off the BSimone Beauty site. 20% off everything excluding bundles.
Excluding the bundles, so don't get overzealous, okay? Go to BSimoneBeauty.com and use the code KFS20, all caps. That's K as in no, F as in 4, S as in sure, 20. KFS20, all caps, and get 20% off your BSimone Beauty.
No, for sure.
I know for sure. 100%. All right. What do you know for sure? What are you saying no to for? I wonder what that sounded like in the headphones.
What do I know for sure? Man, so many things. I feel like we talked about so many things, but
so many.
Off the top of the dizome, what do I know for sure? I know that it's always deeper than what we think. I think it doesn't matter what the situation is. There's always a why behind something.
Mm-hmm. Always a why.
There's always a why behind something. Mm-hmm. So, and to not, know that what other people's experience is in this world is their experience. And like, you don't have to be so offended, not involved or care or concerned,
but
offended about other people's experience. What am I saying no to for sure? Jesus, I don't know.
What's some of this playing around?
I don't know. Saying no to?
Like no, a hard no. Hard out.
Damn.
It's hard, right?
I know. Like no?
Like no.
What am I saying no to?
Like no.
Nah. Probably hotels that don't have microwaves.
No, for sure. For sure. Hotels that don't have any of the things we listed.
Yeah, you're not getting our business, bucko.
You're not getting our business, buck. What do I know for sure? No, for sure. I know that you need to focus on the sickness and not the symptom.
Mm-hmm.
Get to the root.
The rooter to the tutor.
The rooter to the tutor. That's the same thing as it's deeper than that.
Yeah.
Like, focus on the sickness, you guys, not the symptom. Like, all of these things are happening. Well, this, and then you got an attitude, and okay. If you get to the sickness, the root of it, the why of it, then all the other problems will just go away if you fix the sickness, right? And then what am I saying no to for sure? The heat. The devil's breath on my neck. Ugh! I had that little fan. Let me tell you something. If you're going to invent a fan,
that's another thing.
That's ridiculous. That hand fan.
And it got the audacity to be like $20, and you ain't got no power.
Who is it cooling off?
No one.
Not a soul.
Not a soul.
I said, did y'all test this in the weather?
In the Houston hell heat.
Go to hell and test your product.
If you are a cooling product, you need to go to Houston in the middle of the summer
and sit out there and
try it, test it over and over again.
If you're still hot, like I was,
it's not
and
ready.
You're still sweating like I was, don't sell it.
It's not ready.
I'm saying no to the heat. Unbearable heat.
For sure.
I can't go to hell now. We got to get this right.
Baby, you ain't got to worry about that.
You do not have to worry about me.
You do not have to worry
about me. We love
you
guys. This is a great another episode of Know For Sure Podcast, the KFS family.
Yeah.
We love you. I am B.Simone.
And I'm Megan Ashley.
Megan Ashley. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in to the Know For Sure podcast. Make sure you keep the conversation going and use our hashtag KnowForSurePod.
Yes, we want to see you guys share the hashtag KnowForSurePod on all social media platforms. We want to keep the conversation going.
Keep it going. Go to the website, KnowForSurePod.com, and follow us on all social media platforms, Instagram and Twitter, KnowForSurePod.